Yeah, so if you want to introduce yourself.
Brilliant. My name is Imogen Hermes Gowar and I'm the author of The Mermaid and Mrs Hancock.
And what is the book about?
The book is set in 1785 when a merchant, Jonah Hancock, is waiting in Deptford for his ship to return. The ship doesn't come back, but what he gets instead is this, what he thinks is a mermaid, like this tiny wizard little monkey looking creature, which he and London are convinced that this is a real mythical being, and he puts it on display and eventually is drawn into the orbit of a courtesan called Angelica Neal, who is slightly down on her luck at this point and is looking for a new person to keep her.
Awesome. I think you've written a bit about this in the past, but what inspired it?
I think it was initially inspired by seeing this mermaid in the British Museum. So the British Museum has a real mermaid, which is very similar to the one in the book. It's from the 18th century. It's probably made in Japan and would have been brought to Europe by Dutch sailors who would have believed it was real. So I was kind of looking at it and wondering who would have owned it. What would they have thought of it? Would they have believed that it was real? Why did they want it? And kind of the characters of Jonah Hancock and Angelica Neal and this kind of scenario came into my head quite easily. I was really interested in these late 18th century anyway, and 18th century women, so I think it kind of was easy to make a story and to draw these threads of things that I already had a great interest in. Yeah, The Mermaid became kind of a vehicle for these things.
And it's obviously such a well-researched, like historically dense book. Were there bits that like you researched and then you were annoyed because you couldn't squeeze them in?
Yeah, loads. There is, yeah, I think 18th century London is so huge and rambling and colourful, and there are so many stories and interesting things that went on during the period. Yeah, I think like what's gone into the book is about like 5% of my research.